Rusty at this. Is this mic working? This is just a test. Is it working?
Guys, like and subscribe to my channel. It's Ronke Raji.
What are you talking about?
I guess the mic is working. I have no other excuse but to do this video. I don't even know what to say. I'm a little shy. Already primed my skin. I use the Danessa primer in Universal. I feel like I do reintroductions a lot because I genuinely believe that there's always new people and not everybody knows my lore. So here's me explaining my lore while doing my makeup. So I was born, I'm just kidding. I know, I should start there, but I was actually born on March 27th. I'm an Aries. Aries sun, Cancer, rising, Virgo moon. That's very me though. Like when I think about it, it's very me. Before we jump into me, how long have you been following me for? I love hearing your stories about how you started following me. So I started off honestly on social media. Honestly, when Instagram first started. Instagram started, I think, in like 2012, and that is actually when I had my first Instagram post. I have always loved social media. I was on High Five and Bebo and all of the above. So I've always been somebody who's super interested in social media. Always felt as though I did not see a lot of fashion blogs. This was when I was in college. I went to UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. I studied psychology, but while I was there, honestly, I was just there to play. I'm not going to lie, play and make friends. And that's exactly what I did, unfortunately. If anybody that knows me is watching, you know that's true. I was one of those kids that I feel like I was a little bit sheltered. So when it came time to go into college, I genuinely just wanted to have fun. Ended up being in UMBC. I literally used to just dress up to class, and that's actually where I started my love for thrifting and like vintage clothing. When I started dressing up, I also went natural around that time, and I did the big chop. This was like 2010. Yeah, I did the big chop and I cut all my hair off. And prior to that, I'd lived in Nigeria for almost 19 years of my life. I only came here for college, so technically like this was all the college experience. So and after I cut my hair is when I started really getting into makeup. Social media had always been around. I'd been one of those people who used to like sing and dance and do the jerk on Facebook. If you know, you know. My Facebook is very much private because of all this. I used to do a lot of shenanigans online, but this was prior to me even starting it properly and turning it into a business. So this is a little bit of a timeline. This was 2011, 2012, and all I used to do was just be on Facebook with my friends and like take pictures and things like that. I've always loved photography. You know how people go to church and then from church you now start posting your outfits? That was me. I would literally like post my outfits every Sunday and just, having fun with it and things like that. I think I started taking it a little bit more seriously when I started noticing that people were doing it more seriously. I was more into natural hair. I started my YouTube channel, 11 years ago. I started my YouTube channel. I started it with natural hair women in mind because at that time I had 4C hair, and all the girls that I was seeing, they were always doing all these like twist outs, braid outs, wash and goes, and I was so confused because I did not see any 4C, little to no 4C representation. So one of my first videos was like how to manage natural hair and thick, coarse natural hair, because that was actually what I wanted to see at that time, and there was not a lot of avenues there. So it started off with natural hair. I started having a couple of photos of mine go viral. Fun fact, one of my first photos to ever go viral, I actually had locks. I remembered this the other day, and I just thought that this was a very cute full circle moment that I actually have locks now. But a lot of my photos used to go viral a lot when I first started Instagram, and that's when I started realizing I might have to take this a little bit more seriously. I also started going to like natural hair events and things like that. During this time, I was also doing makeup, and I was still a makeup artist. I think my makeup career kind of took off when I started working at MAC. So I started working at MAC My goodness, I do not have years. All the years just seem to have blurred together, so I can't even come and start saying all the years and stuff. But I think this was like probably like 8 years ago. I started working at Mac, maybe even more further back. First of all, I wanted to work at Mac honestly because all the greats. I feel like, I wanted to be on that path to becoming like the beauty blogger that everybody knew. And so I'd noticed like I needed some type of experience with makeup. So I was like, you know what? Mac is a good starting place. I feel like I had the talent. I applied, I got in, I worked at Mac for a year. The reason why I actually left Mac was because I had an event in Nigeria. That was one of my first speaking events. And at that speaking event, I just kept feeling as though like I either was gonna quit my job at Mac or have the speaking event. And for me, the speaking event was a bigger opportunity. I was going to go to Nigeria, meet a lot of bloggers, influencers that I've been around. And I just thought it was just such a more fulfilling thing to do, even though I had no clue where my money was coming from because I just graduated college. Not just, but like maybe this was like 2 years after I graduated college. I was still in like the I'm not really sure what I'm doing phase. So for me to like be like, oh, I'm going to quit my job and go to Nigeria and wing it from there, it's only God that helped me because I can't. So after I ended up going for this event in Nigeria, so much happened. Honestly, I felt as though like I wasn't kind of like paid enough for the speaking engagement. And because I had talked to a couple of other influencers around that event, I'd noticed like a couple of other people started getting paid and things like that. Around this time, I'd started like pitching brands and everything. And I could just tell there was a lot of pushback because at the time I did not have 100,000 followers. So I made it my mission, 100,000 followers, and I was going to have to figure out how to get it so that I could start working with more brands. So I studied a lot of people, not only people, I did so much research, tried to figure out how people were getting followers and all of those things. I was a researcher. All I used to do at some point was just research. And I finally started, studying people and realizing that it was all about consistency and like at that time, figuring out your niche. So I stuck to beauty and I was like, you know what, this beauty thing has to get me somewhere because I feel like I'm great at makeup and I have a wide range of type of makeup that I do. And now that I've had like MAC experience under my belt, perfect. So I end up going and, really working at it. I used to post 3 times a week on YouTube. I used to post multiple times a day on Instagram. I was extremely consistent for months until I had a viral video. I can't remember what year that was. I think it was actually 2017. That was actually my year. It was the year that I decided to start a series called Inspiratorials, which were tutorials where I was doing women's makeup. And while I was doing their makeup, I was like encouraging women in the voiceover. And I was also kind of like talking about the skin tone ranges in products. And that is the series that really took my YouTube channel to the next level. I did so many women's makeup. I did like a woman that was super dark. I did a woman who had autism. I did a woman who had albinism. So it was one of those series that I really just was doing and at the same time helping people, and that was really what took my YouTube to the next level. And I also used to do those tutorials on Instagram as well. So that was actually what blew me up, that makeup point in time. And then from there, things just kind of like went to different levels. So in 2017, while my YouTube is like picking up, I also get engaged that year. So had watched me like grow from my series and everything. So it was just kind of like a full circle round moment to see me get engaged and everything. And then the year after that, I got married. So it was one of those things that like wove into my career because I posted a lot about the wedding and people absolutely loved the wedding. We had a wedding in a mansion and it was absolutely breathtaking. Honestly, till today, dream wedding had in my life. Honestly, that's actually why I don't even mind not getting married again. Like having a big wedding, I don't mind getting married. I'm still, I'm still figuring it out. Don't quote me. I'm still figuring it out, please. Anyway, a lot of my wedding photos went viral as well. And I guess from there, I started growing a community of people who just like we be chilling at the end of the day. Me and my peoples, me and my friends, we be chilling. So I met a lot of people along the way. I feel as though like I am a testament of community, because the amount of people I met along the way, different people, like hearing different people's takes on being an influencer, content creator. I was never doing this for the money. This was never something I was doing because I wanted to have the money. The money came as a result of me doing something I loved, which at that time was makeup, and I still love, which is makeup. And then my life changed. Chapter 2. I got a divorce. I got a divorce for fact. My dear, I don't even know. I got a divorce. I got a divorce, and after that, I think that life kind of got different for me. All right, let's track back. 2017, my career starts taking off. My YouTube is doing well. I get engaged. 2018, I end up getting married. 2019, I had my son Amari, who is now 7. Jesus, I don't even know how we take reach. 7. Hey, Jesus. Anyway, I had my son Amari in 2019, and then I had my daughter Ivana in 2020. Literally, I was pregnant right when the pandemic started. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. 2020 July, I go through a manic episode, which I don't even talk about online. I only talk about online after the fact, like maybe like a year after, maybe properly. I have a manic episode in July of 2020, and in October of 2021, not October of 2020 as well, I got dragged online. I was online bullied, which I'm not gonna lie, looking back is the best thing that ever happened to me, because I learned so much from that experience, and I also started to realize how important people felt that I was online. I underestimated my importance, because I am a girl who literally was sitting in front of the camera for years and not really realizing how much of a platform I had built. So that situation made me understand, because people were literally, the real reason why this video title is Who is Ronke Raji is because people were literally Googling me and asking who is Ronke Raji. And I love that for me, because what did Doja Cat say? All press is good press. Okay, so that was a whole thing. It was a lot. I just gotten out of the mental hospital, and I now thinking back, it's like I'm saying these things, but because it's so far removed from who I am today, I think like it's like I'm really processing it, and I'm like, damn, you really went through it. But anyway, I digress. So over the years, after all of that has happened, between me healing, I've been talking so much more about my journey on YouTube. I've been a little bit more open about the things I've been through. My son has autism, and because I had a degree in psychology and everything like that, I talk a lot about it. However, life has changed. Women, we talk so much about motherhood, but we don't realize how much motherhood and life changes change us quite a bit. And I had to accept how much I had changed, to accept the person I was becoming, and to really understand that change means that you lose yourself along the way. And sometimes people are so scared of losing themselves. And I feel like in losing myself, I found what I'm actually passionate about. And I found a better way to really express myself more authentically. I will say that I'm so grateful for everything I've been through, good and bad, because it's just a testament to the journey. And I feel like with me, that was my thing. I remember when I came online and started talking about everything I went through, and even having videos where like things are always just like all over the place. It's like, why do people always see the happiness and don't see the other side of things. And now I'm just in the process of rebuilding. I moved to Dallas, Texas about 3 months ago. Honestly, it has been the most fulfilling, the most beautiful point of my life. I mean, I'm glowing. If I do say so myself, I'm glowing. Prior to me moving to Texas, I was living with my parents, loved them down. But as an adult, living with African parents is terrifying. With children, terrifying. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's terrifying. So I moved to Dallas, Texas 3 months ago, and I have been slowly just rebuilding a new community, learning myself again outside of just being a single mom, learning what I like again. I've always loved makeup. I think actually my makeup looks better now than it used to be. If I was ever going to like say the type of makeup I do, I will say that I am the soft glam queen, because when it comes to a soft glam, I got you. I've not only worked at MAC, I have now also worked at Sephora. I worked at Sephora for about a year. In 2020, I was part of the Sephora squad, which was such an amazing experience, and I'm so grateful that I was even able to have that experience, even though we were the ones that did not really have so much of the experience because it was during the pandemic. But I'm super grateful that I had the experience, because I mean, at this point, I have all the infinity stones. The only thing that I need now is to work with Ulta. So that's why I've been trying to get in there, because yeah, let's collect all the stones like Thanos. I'm not gonna lie, there has been times during this journey that I felt ridiculous. Okay, there's that, like, I mean, I went from grossing like almost 400,000 a year to like barely getting by. Not even gonna lie to y'all. Okay, let me just come out and say it. However, I will say the reason why I have continued down this path is because this is the path for me. And I truly and wholeheartedly believe that, because I do not like authority or working for another person, this is the only path that can work for me. And I will make it work. And I will keep getting up every single time that I fall down. And I will keep learning and I will keep moving. And that is what makes success. Okay? So I'm still here 11 years later because I genuinely love what I do. I get tired because I'm a mom. I get tired because mentally I'm always trying to do 15 things at once, but I will never quit. And I think that is what makes me me. And aside from what makes me me, I do say so myself. I feel like I'm a creative genius. It took me a long time to be able to admit that, but I have to give myself credit where it's due. I do a lot of creative projects. I love fragrance. I love photography. I do take photography clients. So if you're in the Dallas area, hit me up. Let's work. I also take makeup clients. So if you're in the Dallas area, you want makeup done, I got you. And yeah, I will call myself a jack of all trades, master of every single thing. I do not believe that women need to choose one path to go. I believe that you can choose as many paths as you can. Do not limit yourself. And I'm in the process of not limiting myself and being the best me I could be. So follow me, okay? Follow me. Is that a convincing argument? Do I need to say more? What are you doing? Hit the follow. Hit it now. Don't make me come to your house. Hello? Oh yeah, I code switch a lot. Because I'm Nigerian and American. And I miss Nigeria, guys. I won't sue ya. Sorry. Being a multi-hyphenate is great. But at the same time, I think over the years, it has made me kind of do so many things at once, because I'm a consumer as well as a creator. And this year, I decided, you know what? I need to actually go back to my roots. I'm not only knowledgeable in makeup, but I'm also really knowledgeable in camera equipment. I'm also really knowledgeable in photography. And now I'm ready to kind of like share my expertise in all the things that I do. Because I realized that the one thing that I genuinely love online is not even makeup, fashion, photography, or anything I've mentioned. It's teaching. I love teaching. I love teaching people how to do things that they don't know how to do. Especially if it's a skill that I feel like I've perfected, I would love to teach you. So, I mean, reintroducing myself, not necessarily being like, oh, I'm gonna do makeup and it's only gonna be makeup on my page, but I'm reintroducing myself because we're going to learn life together. We're gonna learn makeup, we're gonna learn tiny bits of fashion here and there, we're gonna learn photography tips, we're gonna learn the art of leveling up, not only through our looks, but through our minds. Do you get what I'm saying? And along the way, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Content gets tiring sometimes, not even gonna lie to you. I do get points where I don't feel like creating, or my moods are just not in a place where, because my moods are tied to my creativity. And if you've been following me for a while, you know this, but I've started realizing that this is something I'm good at, and because I'm good at it, and because I have the capacity, I shouldn't give up so easily. And there has been times, actually even last week, where I'm just like, you know what, this might not be working for me the way that I thought it would. Let this head down, because I don't understand. It doesn't want to stay up today. People who I will accredit for me just continue going is friends, supporters, you guys. When I meet people who genuinely believe in me. But one thing I've realized, no matter how much people believe in you, you gotta do the hard work of believing in yourself. And I feel like sometimes people go through things, or I went through things, and I almost became a victim of the things I went through. And I decided this year, regardless of my views, regardless of my watch time, regardless of who's tuning in, I'ma do what I do. Because guess what? I finally realized I'm not building a platform just to build a platform. I'm building something that is going to be a means to the other projects that I want to work on in my life. And it's hard. Entrepreneurship is a hard journey, but I genuinely believe that this is the most rewarding journey I've ever been on. Not only because I genuinely love being online, aside from all the randomness and all the drama. So one thing you have to know about me, I don't be in drama. Do not like drama. I did not come online to do drama. There's already drama in my life. I cannot be doing drama outside of my life again. Jesus, please help me. Thanks. When everybody used to do their brows off camera, I have to do my brows off camera. I don't think, truthfully, I will call myself a serial hobbyist because I have a lot of hobbies. The time in my life that I actually wanted to be a painter, and I also took a pottery class at some point. So I guess you could say, like, I'm just really good with anything creative. I haven't painted in a while, though. I think that's also probably why I probably should get back into my hobbies, to be honest, because that's also what keeps me from being burnt out on social media. As I just said it now, it's like it rang in my head, and I was like, oh, you haven't been doing your hobbies again. I do makeup so much better than I used to. Like the blend and the way my skin really looks like skin, I really perfected that. That's why it's important to do your craft every day, regardless of where it's taking you, because the skills that I establish on a day-to-day basis of doing my makeup can never be wasted. Let me actually finish my makeup and come back to finish the video. I'm done dressing up. Okay, yeah, this is outrageously slay, as usual. I mean, the clothes are a mess. Are you kidding? Hey, how you take off this? Hey. Summer 2026, I'm ready for you. Hey, hello. Hi. Okay, now. The belly is even belly itself. Look at the belly. Hey. I have nothing to say. I just look super delicious, and this is what happens when you abstain and collect all your energy back. and stop dating and decenter everybody aside from yourself, men and women. And drink water and green juice and learn how to do your makeup and learn how to do your personal style and learn what colors look good on you. What they call it now, beauty maxing or something. Just be an individual. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below. I love you guys as usual. I'm glad that I get to reconnect with you guys. I'm actually going to do my review of Dallas in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Okay, I'm so sorry. Bye.